What if I told you that today's champion will win a slot in the Winning Golf Championship and possibly play a round of golf with a PGA Tour player? Who might that player be? Well, I'll share that with you a little later this season on Winning Golf.
All right, everybody, time for some winning golf. Winning golf, that's
Beautiful putt.
what we play. Working on that short game each and every day. I'm near the green again, that's where the action all begins. 'Cause with winning golf, winning golf, making that wedge stop on a dime, getting that bunker shot up close every single time. Woo! Back in my stance, making it dance up and down again. 'Cause with winning golf, everybody wins. That's right, everybody wins.
Winning Golf is brought to you by SAP. SAP, the best run businesses run SAP.
Hi everyone and welcome to the first season of Winning Golf where everybody wins, and boy oh boy do I have some winners to start the season. Let me begin with my title sponsor, SAP America, a company with top management, dedicated employees, and loyal customers. I'd also like to welcome Cleveland Golf, my Skills Challenge sponsor and also provider of the grand prize, which will go to the overall winner at the end of the season. Also want to sincerely express my appreciation to all the prize sponsors and host facilities, all of which I will highlight in the upcoming weeks. And for today's show, it's going to be an exciting show. First of all, we got a wonderful and talented group from Kreischer Miller who's going to compete in the Skills Challenge. I'm going to work a little bit on your chipping game, and we'll get to see the latest and greatest equipment from Adams Golf and visit one of the most prestigious facilities in the entire Philadelphia. That facility is called the Ace Club. In fact, let's take a little tour around right now. Well, it's easy to hand out the compliments when describing this private facility in Lafayette Hills, Pennsylvania. A few that come to mind: serene, meticulous, exquisite, stunning, and challenging. A day at the Ace Club could simply be described as the total experience. From the moment you step out of your car, you begin to create a very special memory. The Ace Club sits on a 311-acre property and is easily accessible from Center City, Philadelphia by all modes of transportation, including an on-site heliport. In addition, this secluded property offers a 120-room hotel and conference center, a complex where business truly meets pleasure. The dynamic 35,000 square foot clubhouse with stunning floor-to-ceiling glass walls provides breathtaking views of the golf course, a 16-seat boardroom, lavish men's and women's locker rooms, inviting lounges, and an elegant yet comfortable dining room for your dining pleasure. The golf shop located in the clubhouse carries an assortment of the latest fashions and provides picturesque views of the 9th, 10th, and 18th greens, as well as landmarks such as a magnificent waterfall in Hole 9 and a signature stone bridge. And last but certainly not least, the stunning golf course. This Gary Player's signature design track stretches to an incredibly challenging 7,500 yards from the tips, but also includes 5 sets of tees, allowing players of all levels to compete and enjoy their round. Whether it's the undulations in each green, the strategic curve of every bunker, the pristine conditions, or the beautiful views from each tee, you can't help but appreciate the architect's design. If your busy schedule leaves you short on time, you can always enjoy the first-class practice facility, which features Pro V1 range balls, 6 target greens, an oversized putting green, and 2 additional acres dedicated to the important short game. With those amenities, you can't help but lower your handicap. The Ace Club simply is a course you must play to truly appreciate. To find out additional information on membership, golf outings, banquets, weddings, or corporate meetings, please call 610-940-4785 or visit the website www.theaceclubonline.com.
Now it's time to check out what's on the tee with PGA professional Doug Hendricks.
I'm here with Jeff Fulner from Adams Golf. Jeff, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Doug.
I was down at the PGA show in January and at the demo day, and different clubs were being tried down there, and it seemed like there was a big line to hit this 3-wood, the F11 speed line from Adams Golf. Can you tell me about it?
Well, Doug, what we did with this golf club is we created what is known as the velocity slot. This creates the maximum trampoline effect. The golf club, the ball actually springs off the face, hotter than before. In fact, Barney Adams has called it the first real innovation in a fairway wood since the tight lies. So that being said, that's a pretty nice endorsement for the golf club because we know what the tight lies did for the industry.
How much distance are you going to get in addition to what they normally
They're
got?
saying 7 to 12 yards, which is fairly significant. The COR, or the kind of the hotness rating, if you will, for the titanium model is very similar to that of a driver, and that's very unique in the industry.
So does the ball go a little higher trajectory or carry further? I know it's more distance, but how about the carry?
Yeah, the actual impact is increased by the spring effect, which actually creates another degree of launch on the club. So it'll be easier to get it off the turf. It'll go a little bit higher, but with a little less spin. That's kind of what we're looking for these days, is high launch, low spin. We're going to get that out of this golf club.
3-wood I've heard nothing but great things about, but when I think about Adams Golf, of course, most people think of the famous hybrids that seem to have a presence at any level.
Yeah, we're real proud of our hybrids. They're very innovative. They've been #1 on the Champions Tour, PGA Tour, Nationwide Tour for several years.
And I love the club because it seems to be fitting any kind of player at any level.
Well, that's the case too. Adams is very unique in the way they integrate their products into their full sets. They have them in their new red line irons. You can choose from 1, 2, or 3 at the same price. The V3 iron, which is the Golf Digest Editor's Choice Award, out of 20,000 products, the V3 hybrid iron set won the Golf Digest Editor's Choice Award. It's about as forgiving an iron as you could possibly put in someone's hands.
And of course, there's rumor out there that a pretty good tour player at the Masters is carrying, what, 3 of those Adams in his bag? Tell me about that.
KJ Choi, in fact, who finished tied for 8th, I believe, had 4 hybrids in his bag, 3 of which were Adams products. His first traditional iron was a 7 iron. He was a little bit shorter player off the tee, so he needed a little more carry, a little more stopping ability on the green, where he could have the ball stop on the green.
Well, Jeff, what's revealing to me is that not only are the average or beginning handicap players playing this golf, it seems like all levels are now playing your hybrid. They seem to be at the forefront of all renovations.
Yes, actually we've found that the hybrid has actually changed the game of golf for most people, including the tour players. We're going to continue being innovative in that area.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Doug.
And now it's time for the Cleveland Golf Skills Challenge, brought to you by Cleveland Golf. Cleveland Golf, where scoring matters. Now let's meet our competitors. Chris Meshkinpush, Ed Birdsall, Steve Christian, Fred Wall, Jeff Stello, Bob Sabrani, Ed Kisak, Rich Snyder, Tyler Ridgway, Harold Scattergood, Mark Glassman, Tom Baker, David Borthwick, Paul Bowlon, and Jim Gillen.
Well, Steve Kreischer, thanks for being the host today and bringing this wonderful group from Kreischer Miller.
Absolutely, we're looking forward to it. Great venue, great show, so it's going to be a good day.
Well, you guys have been practicing for a couple hours this morning, it looks like, and what I want to know is who's the hot player in your group?
Well, I didn't get much work on my game, so I was sitting there watching who was hot, looking at what they were doing, and he's coming off of a big team match yesterday and looked pretty good in the range, Ed Kisak.
Ed Kisak. Ed Kisak's the hot player?
I don't know whether that's the truth, but we'll give it a try, huh?
Well, Ed, here's the deal. What I'd like to do today is I'd like to get this competition going a little early, all right?
Okay.
I have a beautiful print here
Super.
from David O'Keefe, a famous artist, The Cinderella Story, Bill Murray from Caddyshack. And this is yours, Ed, if you can roll in a 10-foot putt. What do you think?
No problem.
All right.
No problem.
Let's
Yeah,
get
we'll
on
go
down
for
here
it.
and set up. Come on, Ed. There it goes. All right. Well, Ed, you didn't win the prize, but you gave it a good effort.
All right, the second one was good, huh?
Absolutely.
Up next, our players make some great shots, plus Doug provides some short game tips when Winning Golf returns.
Wedges aren't just individual clubs. They really perform as a short game scoring system. So proper gapping between clubs is critical.
My lofts are 48, 54, 60.
I play 47, 51, 58.
48, 52, and 58. 48, 54, and 60.
To improve your scores, go to the wedge fitting system at clevelandgolf.com, where we'll help you determine the right wedge set for your game.
Enjoy one-of-a-kind hospitality at the Desmond Hotel Malvern, a full-service hotel with a staff focused on providing exceptional customer service. It's no wonder our guests say the Desmond Hotel is the best part of traveling. This summer, visit the Sunset Grill at the Desmond. Succulent Maine lobster, live music, and special cocktails. Come see why we're consistently voted the best outdoor dining in Chester County. If it's important to you, trust it to us at the Desmond.
Prizes for our contestants on Winning Golf provided by Proforma Industries, your one source for promotional products, printing services, business documents, and e-commerce solutions. And by Tour Sticks, the #1 training aid used by tour professionals. Energy Force, the world's only premium wearable dual technology wristband. Feel the force with Energy Force. And by David O'Keefe, master sculptor and painter of pop icons.
Everybody wins.
Welcome back to Winning Golf. Are you guys ready for round one?
Yeah!
Well, they sound ready to me. Let's start the Cleveland Golf Skills Challenge.
Our Skills Challenge format is simple. Our players test their skills with a variety of short game shots in 4 preliminary rounds as they compete for prizes and extra shots in our all-important Survivor round. Our top 2 winners in the Survivor round will compete in an up and in competition to determine this week's champion. For today's show, we welcome our group from Kreischer Miller, who have a good challenge ahead of them, the spectacular 9th hole at the Ace Club. Round 1, a 60-foot right-to-left chip shot from off the front of the green. Ed Birdsell nestled it close.
It's like a beautiful stroke, rolling up towards the hole. Ed Birdsell with a nice effort.
Bob Sabrani handled it well.
Again, right on line with a beautiful roll, a perfect touch. Bob Sabrani just next to the hole.
So did Mark Glassman.
If he's got the right line, does he have the distance? Going right towards the hole. What a tremendous effort.
But the best in this group was Paul Bowlon.
Like the right line. Always had a great touch as long as I've known him.
The winner gets the prize. Next, a pitch shot out of the first cut over a bunker about 50 yards to the pin. Chris Meshkinpush started off by putting a little pressure on.
Good tempo and a good line. Well done, Chris.
Jeff Stello answered with this result.
Nice stroke. It looks like a good line, good trajectory.
About 5 feet from the hole.
Just perfect tempo, and look at that shot.
Tom Baker was a hair better with this effort.
Oh, nice hinge there on the backswing. Body and arms working together, and look at this touch, everyone.
But Mark Glassman took the prize.
A good balance setup and a beautiful stroke.
By being a few inches better.
This could be real good, everyone. Great effort, Mark Glassman.
Round 3 up the ante with this pitch out of the rough featuring a severe downhill slope to the green. Ed Keesack answered the bell.
Keesack bouncing it off the hill here like he should. Then a sand wedge with a nice touch. Ball is rolling softly to the hole. And nice job.
Steve Christian battled the slope.
It releases beautifully. Let's see. Looks like a good line and a good touch. And a few feet from the hole. Well done, Steve Christian.
As did Tyler Ridgway.
Ridgway with a sand wedge, bouncing it off the hill. And now it's up to the speed. We know it's going to break left to right. And a beautiful shot by Tyler Ridgway.
But there were 2 better. Mark Glassman.
Mark Glassman with a nice setup, a nice little hinge on the backswing. Looks like he has the line. This ball is going close to the hole, and a tremendous shot.
And Rich Snyder.
All right, Rich, running off the hill nicely, using a sand wedge. This is going to be very close to the hole. Rich Snyder. Wow.
Nice shot. Round 4 brings a 35-foot left to right downhill putt. Jim Gillen was within 3 feet. So was Fred Wall.
Fred Wall. Gonna get it to the hole. It's a good stroke, Fred. And right next to the hole. Nice job, Fred.
Harold Scattergood at his best highlight, but Steve Christian was even better.
Steve Christian, a beautiful pendulum stroke, sitting right next to the hole.
Bob Sabrani took the round with his putt. Our survivor round will separate the men from the boys with the toughest shot yet. But first, Doug's taking our competitors to short game school.
Gentlemen, today we're going to talk about the chip shot. And it's clear when we're talking about chipping, we want to make that ball roll. Most of the shot is a roll. So the key word is roll. So the question today is, how do we make a ball roll? And I believe that answer lies mostly in your setup. So I'd like to discuss with you today 3 setup positions that make a ball roll. Are we good with that? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to walk up to the golf ball here. The first position is my ball position. I want to make sure the ball is back in my stance, just inside of the right foot, okay, for a right-handed player. My second position is my body weight. I want to make sure about 75% of my body weight is on my front leg, and I leave it there the entire shot. There's no weight shift when we're chipping. And my final position is my hand position. My hands must be well ahead of the club head. That will guarantee that the ball will come out low and roll towards the hole. Any question on the chip shot? A chip shot, we want it to roll. The hands have to be ahead. The body has to be ahead. The ball has to be back. It's that simple. All right, guys? Wonderful. I'm going to bring up Paul Ballin as my volunteer today to work this shot for us. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Let's get into a setup together. We're going to make sure that the ball is back in your stance, and it is. Looks great. Feel about 75% of your weight in your front leg, and we want to leave it there the whole shot. All right? And then we want to talk about this hand position, Paul, where the hands are significantly ahead of the club head. They're almost up even with your left thigh here, which is great. The concept is when you take the club back and then come back to impact, you have the same angles that you started with. The hands are still ahead of the club head.
Okay.
If that happens, the ball will come out low and you'll get a good roll towards the hole. All right? Okay. I'm going to step back with the group here from Kreischer Miller. Let's have a great shot together. Oh, look at this shot, guys. Yeah. Get in there. Wow. Tremendous shot, Paul. Great chip.
Thanks for a tip, Doug.
Oh, you're quite welcome. If you get yourself in these 3 setup positions, you can hit one like Paul too, and you'll play winning golf.
The Cleveland Golf Skills Challenge Survivor Round is the last chance for our group to show they're worthy. Only 2 will advance to battle it out for the title of this week's champion. And this week's shot is the longest pitch yet, 70 yards from a tight fairway lie. Host Steve Christian showed he has skill.
Steve Christian bringing it in nice and high. See if he catches that hill. A beautiful touch by Steve Christian.
David Borthwick put some pressure on with his swing.
I like your stroke, David. Nice hinge of the wrist there. Beautiful tempo, and look at this shot, guys. David Borthwick.
But Ed Kiesak was determined to be a finalist.
Ed Kiesak bringing it nice and high with a good touch. This is right at the hole. What a great effort, Ed Kiesak.
And our winning pitch was a great shot from Rich Snyder.
Rich is bringing it high, a beautiful stroke, back and through, great tempo. Now that is a great shot.
So it'll be Snyder and Kiesak. It's a one-on-one battle to determine our champion. Stay tuned as Winning Golf, brought to you by SAP, continues.
This is a technology. This is something that is way beyond anything I did with the tight lies.
It has that spring-like effect that a driver has, and this is basically the first 3-wood has ever had this.
You hit that shot, and you see what it does, and you'll never want to hit another fairway wood.
New Velocity Slot technology produces a hotter face and up to 12 yards more distance. The Speedline F11 fairway wood from Adams Golf.
When Infinity of Ardmore and Infinity of Westchester asked me to say a few words about my new red Infinity, they didn't have to twist my arm. Infinities are great looking and exciting to drive. I love my new red G37, and the people at Infinity of Ardmore and Westchester made purchasing my new red Infinity so easy. Oh, did I mention it's red?
Visit us at Infinity of Ardmore and infinityofwestchester.com. You'll soon see why we're Infinity and beyond.
Visit PJ Wellahan's local craft beer selection or our $2 daily special.
Nobody does
Beer specials
like we do.
Visit our Shanghai Sesame Wings.
Or PJ's famous hot and honey sauce.
Nobody does
Buffalo wings.
like we do. Is it getting together with friends?
Or catching every play in high def.
Nobody does it like PJ Wellingham's.
Find a location near you.
Visit pjspub.com.
Prizes and tee gifts for the Cleveland Golf Skills Challenge provided by Sun Mountain Golf Bags. Sun Mountain, ahead of time design. Seymour Putters, hide the red dot, see more. The Winston Collection, creating signature leather products for the finest golf clubs in the world. And by PJ Wheelahan's Pub and Restaurant. Visit one of our area locations today. Doug Hendricks Wardrobe provided by the Greg Norman Collection. Greg Norman, performance by design. It's time now for the SAP Up and In playoff on Winning Golf.
Welcome back to Winning Golf and the SAP Up and In playoff to decide this week's champion. I'm standing here with our two finalists, Rich Schneider and Ed Kesak. Well done today, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Doug.
So, Rich, you have two little rewards for being in the first place in our Survivor round. You're going to get to decide if you're going to hit first or second.
Okay.
And number two, you're going to mulligan. Now, if you choose to use a mulligan and it can only be used on the first shot, you have to stick with that ball throughout the round.
Okay.
All right? So that's the deal there. So let me go back to some strategy. You want to hit first or second?
I think I'm going to hit second.
And you're going to hit second, and why?
I think I'd just like to see the play of the ball coming off the green and see how it lands and falls into the hole.
Okay, that's a good strategy. And Ed, what do you think of that one?
I'm ready to go. Just ready to show them how.
You ready to show them how? So I think we're going to have a great playoff here. Remember, we're playing an up and in. So whoever gets their ball into the cup in the fewest number of strokes is our champion. Now, if we have a tie, we'll have a one-shot chip-off to determine our winner. Guys, you ready?
All right.
Let's go to work.
Ready to go.
Okay. Ed Kesak will have the honors. Ed is the CFO at Sandmeyer Steel Company and a 15 handicap. Plays most of his golf at Overbrook Golf Club. Ed is a challenge shot out of the rough here. It's going to definitely take off once it hits the hill. Landed on the green. This should go left to right when it hits the green. And here it comes back towards the hole. Just a beautiful, beautiful shot by Ed Kesak to start the event. And now it's Rich Schneider's turn. Rich Schneider was the closest to the pin in the Survivor round. He elected to hit second. Now he's going to try to perform some magic with his wedge. Rich is a director at Kreischer Miller and a 22 handicap. Plays most of his golf, well, as he said, wherever he's invited. Looks like another beautiful shot. You've got to play it high here on the 9th green at the Ace Club because it's going to come down at the end, and here it comes. Looks like it's going to be a putting contest for these two finalists, and a great start to the playoff. Well, both players made sensational wedge shots. Rich Schneider is about 10 feet. Ed Kesak is about 9.5 feet. Beautiful stroke going downhill and right in the heart of the cup for a 2. And now the pressure is on Ed Kesak. And now Ed has to make this to keep this playoff going. Beautiful putt down the hill. Ed Kesak, oh, just over the edge. And Rich Schneider is this week's champion. Congratulations, Rich, on a sensational day. You were the first ever Winning Golf champion.
Thanks. I appreciate it, and it's a great contest.
Well, you handled the pressure beautifully. Behind the 9th green here at the Ace Club, a difficult up and down. You make it in 2. You handled the pressure beautifully.
Thanks. I just tried to stay relaxed, get the ball close to the hole, and just do my best.
Well, you have a bunch of prizes waiting for you inside, and you've earned a slot in the Winning Golf Championship this fall, so that should be very exciting to see you later this season.
It's great. I appreciate it, and I look forward to the competition later in the season.
And we'll be back with more Winning Golf.
The reason so many tour pros and amateurs are switching to Srixon golf balls is simple. They're better. The core is the engine of the ball. A bigger core means greater distance. We make the biggest core in golf. When it comes to feel, you need a soft cover. We make the softest cover in the game. And we're leading the way in visual performance with Pure White and Tour Yellow.
Because what you see better, you play better.
Make the switch to Srixon. Play a better ball.
When Infinity of Ardmore and Infinity of Westchester asked me to say a few words about my new red Infinity, they didn't have to twist my arm. Infinities are great looking and exciting to drive. I love my new red G37, and the people at Infinity of Ardmore and Westchester made purchasing my new red Infinity so easy. Oh, did I mention it's red?
Visit us at Infinity of Ardmore and infinityofwestchester.com. You'll soon see why we're Infinity and beyond.
Adams Golf pioneered aerodynamic drivers, and while others have tried to follow, we've raised the bar once again, adding our patented velocity slot technology. The breakthrough Speedline F11 driver, 35% more aerodynamic for up to 12 yards more distance. Chances are, this driver will blow yours away. The Speedline F11 driver from Adams Golf.
With winning golf, everybody wins.
We're back at the Ace Club with our final event. The entire group from Kreischer Miller is here with us. We're going to pull one name out of the hat, and he'll have a 50-foot putt. Each week we will run this contest. Whoever is closest to the pin or in the cup at the end of the season will win an amazing prize package. So Steve, pull one out of the hat. Who's our lucky winner?
Let's see who's going to putt here. That would be Tyler Ridgway.
Tyler Ridgway has a 50-foot putt and the opportunity to win an unbelievable prize package. The winner's package will include the hot Adams F11 driver, the perfectly aligned Seymour putter, and of course, to put the clubs in, a classy Sun Mountain stand bag. If that's not enough, how about a delicious dinner for two at PJ Wheelahands? And last but certainly not least, a romance package at the beautiful Desmond Hotel. Wow, I wish somebody would pull my name out of the hat. Well, he's got 50 feet for an amazing prize package. Here you want to be tension-free, smooth stroke. Here comes the putt. It's a beautiful speed, a beautiful roll right next to the hole, and that's a great start to the season. Tyler Ridgway. Well, Tyler Ridgway was 23 inches from the hole in that 50-foot putt. What a great start to the Winning Golf Cup. And I really want to thank the Ace Club for their hospitality today. It's always special to spend the day here, and I hope to see you all next week.
Winning Golf is brought to you by SAP. SAP, the best run businesses run SAP.
With winning golf, everybody